Today is our 27th episode of Flippin' Friday, and for this $500 gaming PC, we're using what I think is my literal brand new favorite budget graphics card for these gaming PC flips, and we also got a couple of custom paint jobs, as you can see.
Nope.
That's the second time this has happened. Let's get into it. The Corsair H150i RGB Elite is the sponsor of today's video, and this is a top-of-the-line all-in-one liquid cooler that boasts impressive cooling performance and customizable RGB lighting. With a 360mm radiator and three 120mm fans, it can handle even the most demanding systems. The included Corsair IQ software also allows you to easily control the RGB lighting and customize fan speeds, making it easy to create a personalized and stylish setup. Whether you're a gamer, content creator, or just looking to upgrade your computer's cooling system, the Corsair H150i RGB Elite is an excellent choice. Hopefully we didn't break anything, but real quickly for the performance parts, first up we have the Ryzen 5 5600G. I actually picked this up used on eBay for just $100. The motherboard that's plugged into is the MSI B450 Tomahawk. These are often going on sale. I picked this up for $42, also used, but this time off of Mercari. And then for our RAM, this is just a brand new kit of YOLO. This is the 2x8GB kit clocked at 3200 megahertz. Of course, we got all white for our color scheme, $44 brand new. And then finally, our graphics card. This is the EVGA GTX 1080 SC, paid $160 for this used on eBay. Starting with this 5600G, this CPU is back to becoming a really solid option for these budget flips. We already know that it's just a tad bit less performance compared to the 5600X, but what's really the important factor now is that I'm starting to see these pop up on the used marketplaces for around $100. $100 for a chip that's this powerful, has integrated graphics if you need them, and the ability to pair it with a cheap B450 motherboard is a PC flipper's dream, and we'll probably see more builds here in the future with the 5600G. And speaking of that cheap motherboard, $42 is indeed a fantastic price for this level of quality, but one of the downfalls that you run into sometimes when buying used motherboards is that they don't come with an IO shield sometimes. I always try to find deals that do include them, but sometimes it's a surprise when they don't, and this unfortunately is the case for this motherboard today. I personally don't think that the build looks terrible without it though, but I know others disagree. Let me know down in the comment section. And real quickly for the SSD, this is just another WD Blue SN570. This already has an extra heatsink that I used for a previous project. Just wanted to let you know that it doesn't come with this heatsink. We just pulled this from a previous build. The WD Blue SM570 doesn't look good by itself, so that's why we always put them on here. Moving on to our power supply, of course I'm throwing some Asia Horse extensions on here, but I do want to point out to you PC flippers specifically that this Thermaltake BM2 has been one of my go-to options for the last couple of months now. The BM2 is rated tier C on the PSU tier list, but I've been told multiple times by our quote-unquote PSU experts in the ZTT Discord server that this is one of the better tier C units, and for the $45 price that this 550 watt model is usually sitting at, means it's a pretty good pickup for builds like this. And if you ever do have any questions about the PSU tier list or some specific PSU models, join us in the ZTT Discord server, by the way. We have some tier S experts in there. Now that our motherboard and our power supply are prepped, it's time to get out the case, and this is actually the second time that I'm using this Gamdias Talos E3, and this is actually a really good deal. It usually sits on sale for around $65 or so, and it comes with 3 pre-installed RGB fans, and honestly, the aesthetics of this are beautiful. I love the blackened front glass panel and how the RGBs kind of just sit behind it. And when you combine that with some other white and black parts like we're doing today, this is going to turn out to be a very beautiful looking build. Finally, the last thing we gotta do is the graphics card. And like I said in the intro, this very well might be my brand new favorite used graphics card for these budget flips. This is the EVGA GTX 1080, but more specifically, it's the EVGA SC model. I do like how GTX 1080s can be found for around $160 if you use some patience, because this is a banging 1080p gaming GPU right now. But what I really like about this one is that there's a ton of removable parts on the GPU shroud so you can custom paint them. I don't know why it took me so long to realize this, but I actually used to hate the SC model because it was really tough to match the the aesthetics of the GPU with entire builds because of the silver and black color scheme, but now that's not a problem at all. I simply removed all these little screws to remove the accent pieces, painted them with a few coats of spray paint, reinstalled them, and bang, now we have an aesthetic AF GPU. Yes, I do realize that a trained professional painter could have done a better job than my quick 5-minute bang up job, but overall, I think the new color scheme really aligns with the rest of the build, and I'm already planning my next build using one of these GPUs. Before that though, here's what our entire parts list is looking like for this build, and as you can see, I paid right around $500 for it. I did get some solid but repeatable deals if you have some patience on the Ryzen 5 5600G and GTX 1080, but this would be a great flip to strive for if you're trying to crank out some serious profit. Honestly, because of that CPU and GPU combo that's in here, I personally think that you could probably sell this for like $700 or $750 if you have some patience again, resulting in a seriously high profit margin. And also for the benchmarks of the 5600G and GTX 1080, here's what it's looking like. As you can see, we're getting some very impressive numbers for 1080p gaming, and this GTX 1080 does compete with newer cards like the RX 6600 and even better than the RTX 3050, so there's a lot of value left in this graphics card still. And as always, this build will be for sale over on our website, zaxtechdrift.com. I think this is gonna go live on the January 1st launch, so save your Christmas money or your work bonus money for that. If you can't wait though, we do always have our Frost Nova gaming PC, which is always available, and we build it on demand. And just as a spoiler alert, we also have a new $1,000 build coming to the website soon, which will keep restocked as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Flippin' Friday. Feel free to click the playlist that's on the screen now to get caught up on all the other Flippin' Friday episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.